Hi. In this session, we are going to learn about the imperfect tense, which we find in the Graham Simpson's book in the 4th chapter. So what do we mean by the imperfect tense? Now, in this session, along with the imperfect tense, I will also be talking about the definite articles, the masculine and the neuter gender definite articles. But let us look first at the imperfect tense. Taking the luo verb into our context, we will see how this luo verb will appear in its imperfect form. Here we have the imperfect tense table, and we take the luo verb for our learning. In the first person singular, we see eluon, means I was losing. First person plural, eluomen, we are losing. Second person singular, elues, you were losing. Second person plural, eluete, you were losing. Third person singular, eluen, he, she, it were losing. Third person plural, eluon, they were losing. Now, we need to focus on two things. One is the first person singular and third person plural, in which both the endings and the augment is the same. Eluon in first person singular, eluon in third person plural. We find that the imperfect tense, how do we get this imperfect tense? We get this imperfect tense with an addition in the stem plus the present stem. And what is this addition in the stem? It is an addition called the augment. And this augment is usually epsilon. So when we talk about the imperfect tense, we find that there is an augment which is added in the stem, which is the unchanging part, and here we find the unchanging part, the stem, is changing with the addition of the augment epsilon plus the present stem gives us the imperfect tense. When the augment epsilon is added to a verb beginning with two vowels, for example, alpha and epsilon, then the augment will be replaced by eta. For example, we take the word anoigo. Anoigo in its imperfect form becomes enoigon in first person singular or third person plural. Another word to consider, the word heurisco beginning with epsilon becomes heuriscon when it appears in its imperfect form. We now come to the definite articles, masculine and neuter. Now, we have already gone through the masculine definite articles, and we have seen the nominative case and the accusative case. In today's lesson, I would like to go through the entire table for our learning, both for masculine and the neuter gender. We find nominative singular for masculine. As we look into the masculine table, nominative singular ho, nominative plural hoi, accusative singular ton, accusative plural tus, genitive singular tu, genitive plural tone, dative singular toe, dative plural toys. Going to the neuter gender table, nominative singular toe, nominative plural ta, accusative singular toe, accusative plural ta, genitive singular to, genitive plural tone, dative singular toe, dative plural toys. Now, we need to see that there are some common factors in these two tables. Now, notice that the genitive and the dative cases in both masculine and the neuter gender table, definite article tables, remains the same. To, tone, toe, toys. Did you notice that? Now I want to talk to you about the vocative case. If you have noticed in the definite article table, the vocative case was not there. I purposely did not show the vocative case in the table because I wanted to discuss about the vocative case in a separate way. So what is a vocative case? A vocative word usually comes at the beginning of sentence, separated by a comma from what follows the next. A vocative case word is sometimes preceded by a O, just as formal English can use the word O in the same way. The word omega in Greek and the word O in English are the same and are an optional. For example, what we are talking about. We read there is a sentence here, O Kyrie soseis ton laon. Now you see the first two words, O Kyrie, and there is a comma, and then the rest of the sentence follows. How do we translate this sentence? This sentence will be translated as, O Lord, you will save the people. Now this sentence may appear in another way as well, as we have learned in our previous classes that Greek will not definitely follow the pattern of subject followed by a verb and then the object. So this sentence may appear in this way as well. So says ton laon o Kyrie, and then comma. The translation remains the same. O Lord, you will save the people. Now, I want you to remember all these things that we have learned in this lesson. We have looked at the imperfect tense. We have looked at the masculine and the neuter gender definite articles. And we have also looked at the vocative case and how do we work with the vocative case and how we translate the Greek vocative case nouns into an English sentence. And as we work with chapter 4 of Graham Simpson's book, I believe that we are going to enjoy doing the translations, learning the vocabs, and learning the art of translation. The fish is growing. Keep watching the fish very carefully. May God bless you.